Well, good evening, everybody. This is Doc Frost coming to you from Command Central in the bunker in Newmarket, New Hampshire. So it's Sunday evening, and I'm going to try to get this done this evening so I can post it first thing in the morning. I hope all of you are doing well. I have started to do the feedback in the latest discussion forum, and getting that done, I try to stay ahead of grading with your assignments because, I'm teaching 5 classes, and that's a lot of grading. So what I try to do is I try to stay on top of this stuff. So just a couple of things that I keep noticing in these discussion forums. Number one, I appreciate the timeliness for just about everybody gets your discussion in by the appointed time, which of course is Thursday night at midnight. And I appreciate that because, as you all found, if I have all of those available to me Friday morning, I typically like to get on those, and I try to respond to everybody. I really do, and it all depends on the bandwidth I have for the day and the amount of time that I have during a given day. But I know that in this past one, I think I responded to 23, if I'm not mistaken, 23 of you, which is certainly a vast majority of the class. Those people that got their postings in after the appointed time, I'm not taking points off for any of that, unless it's, really dramatic. I mean, if you're an hour or two behind, that's okay. If you're a day or two behind, well, then that's going to show up in the rubric and the timeliness. But I'm not giving anybody zero credit in that particular category because I'm kind of understanding. Remember, if I haven't said this enough already, I have sat through 77 classes in my 5 college degrees. That's a lot of classes. And the one thing I learned as I went on, particularly after my associates and my undergraduate degree, got into my first graduate degree, is that I don't have the availability to put things off because I had other classes just like you do too. So again, if you have anything that's going on in your life, call me, text me, send a carrier pigeon. I don't care. Send up a flare or something and let me know that something is going on that is keeping you from getting your work done, and I will be glad to help you with any of that. Hard to believe. Here it is. I'm talking about Module 5. We are approximately halfway through, so we're now starting Week 5, Thanksgiving week. So as if there isn't enough going on, we're now going to have this thrown into the mix as well. So if you look at it, this week we're going to have, just pulling up the outline here, we're going to talk about substance abuse and how that influences criminal behavior. I may or may not have mentioned that my time in corrections, obviously, 80 to 85, maybe as high as 90% of all people that came into my correctional institution had some sort of substance abuse issue. And it kind of goes like this. They didn't get in trouble every time they drank, but every time they did get in trouble, they were drinking. Some of you might know exactly what that means. So substance abuse is a big issue, and we're going to be talking about that, and you're going to be looking at that during our Module 5 presentation. So again, we're going to look at analyze data from specific case to determine themes. We've been doing that. Assess environmental, biological, and developmental data to make inferences about a subject's motivation. We have done that. And again, remember, an inference is an educated guess sometimes. You don't have all the facts. You don't have this person sitting across from you. You don't have the benefit of a full psychosocial assessment of the person that you're working with here. So, of course, there's going to be some holes. There's going to be some missing data. Differentiate between the motivational factor of corporate versus occupational crimes. So when we start looking at white-collar crime, which I have to tell you, for my 34 years in policing, I didn't do a lot of. That is more federal, that is more task force, state kind of stuff. And besides the fact, it's kind of boring, unless you are the victim of a white-collar crime. Then it is not boring at all. Okay? So again, read the textbook readings, complete the quiz, of course, submit the final project milestone 2 assignment. So again, we're going to look at that milestone 2 assignment. We're going to get that done, read that in depth. Criminal behavior, chapters 14 and 16. Okay, so as you read, think about the following. What are the problems associated with defining white-collar crime? Particularly now, because it's getting more and more developed with cybercrime, et cetera, et cetera. When you look at cyber is an example of white-collar crime, or it could be loosely affiliated with white-collar crime. How prevalent are white-collar crimes? What is the difference between corporate crime and individual occupational crime and employee theft? Does substance abuse cause violence? For any of you, and I know that approximately, on a regular basis, 25% of all of us involved in any of these classes have had alcohol or other drug abuse infiltrate our families. So we have firsthand experience. Some of us have a lot of firsthand experience in how substance abuse can affect your life and your personality. But, I can tell you that a lot of times people that I came across that were drinking during the course of my job, or just other police officers, fine, no problem. Everything in moderation was pretty good. It was only until they had that drink, that they ended up turning. And some people just can't drink at all. Some people turn into what we refer to as real nasty drunks when they drink. And I'm sure that you've come across some of those people in your life. So when you look at the module overview, it is what it is. It's going to spell out exactly why it is that we're examining what we're examining, how we're going to examine it, what we're going to do with it once we get it. It's going to be phenomenal. And you're absolutely going to enjoy it, just like you've enjoyed all the rest of the class. Hard to believe, 4 weeks with Doc Frost, and already all of you are that much more wicked smart, as we say here. Well, not here, I'm in New Hampshire now, but I'm from the Commonwealth, so we say wicked smart a lot in the Commonwealth. So look at the module overview. Then you're going to have your quizzes on chapter 14 and 16. Oh boy, something to look forward to. And then the final project milestone 2. So when you look at it, the overview is what it is. Good God Almighty, you got all these things that you're going to be looking at. All right, so when you read the overview, I'm not going to go through it all here. Remember, the project is divided into 2 milestones, which will be submitted at various points throughout the course to scaffold learning and ensure quality final submissions. 3 milestones will be submitted in modules 3 and 5, the final project in module 7. So here we are, number 5. So number 5, you have an opportunity to submit your second milestone and read that and understand it, make sure that you know what it means. So again, when you look at it, you'll complete the executive summary report that includes criminal and psychological aspects of a particular crime to inform the executive team in order to prevent or intervene in criminal behavior. You may choose one of the following 3 scenarios to complete your final project. And again, you've already done that. You have the white-collar crime, the domestic terror, or the serial murderer. You've already done all of that. So again, Module 2, Profile. In Module 5, you will submit a draft of your profile. The milestone will be graded with the milestone 2 rubric. So again, as you do this, do me a favor, because I am not the brightest bulb in the pack, sharpest tool in the shed, whatever other analogy you want to come up with. Look at the rubric. Look at the rubric. And let's just, I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to look at the rubric. And I'm looking at the rubric, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 different categories. 5. The number is 5. Not 6, not 4. 5. The first one is demographic summary. A summary is not the totality of all the material involved in your case. You've already done that with prior postings. You've already developed in module 3, you've already developed that part. You've already developed that part. And, a lot of you included everything. Remember, a summary is a summary. It's a synopsis. I like to use my hands when I talk about summary. I don't know why. I just do. Okay? So it's a summary. And again, meets proficient criteria in a response, demonstrates an exceptionally detailed summary. Short, brief, concise, detailed, not everything. You've already got bits and pieces of this. Cut, paste from work you've already done. Bada boom, bada bing, bing, done. Biological factors, developmental factors, environmental factors. All of those speak for themselves. You know these things. You have been referencing these things all along. You've been referencing different biological factors, different developmental factors, and environmental factors. Okay? Print the rubric. Have it there. Look at it. Study it. Create headers. Okay? So you look at it, you've got 5 categories. 5, not 4, not 6. You've got 5 categories. How about 5 headers? First one, profile, demographic summary, bold. Second one, profile, biological factors. You don't have to put profile, just put biological factors. What are the biological factors? Third, developmental factors. What are the developmental factors? Fourth, apply theories. This is with the material in your reading assignment. This is in the material that you've already read from your text in other sources. This is where you demonstrate and you start to apply theories. Okay? This description demonstrates a complex grasp of applications of theories to the hypotheses of motivation. So check out that stuff. Look up criminal motivation. Look at the theories that are applied. Put some of those theories in your work. Wicked good stuff. Citations, references. I look at that and I go, it's so awesome. Just want to give you a good grade. Do that. Use citable material. Love your opinions. Love my opinions. Most of the time. Love your opinions, but you need to have that in-text citation. And use Purdue OWL. Use the resources that you have for APA 7. I'm not an English teacher, so I am not going to really finitely criticize, unless they're not there, your citation methods. But remember, we should be using APA 7, and Purdue OWL is one that I always used in all of my work. And then again, articulation of response, free of errors related to citations, grammar, spelling, syntax. Do me a favor. Do you a favor. When you're done with your paper, read it out loud. Read it out loud. Is it a smooth flow? Does it transition well? Make sure, when you have all these categories and all these headers, you should have different paragraphs. A lot of people writing a paragraph that's wicked big. Break that stuff up. Makes it look cleaner. Rubrics give you the perfect dimensional idea on how to break up your paper. Header, filler, header, filler, header, filler, header, filler, boom. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Trust me, I know. 25 years of adjunct teaching. I have read, so I now wear glasses. I have read thousands of papers. That's why I offer so many examples, because when I see it, I know it. And when I know it, I ask to share it. And I don't think anybody said no. So again, if you need it, ask for it. I will give it to you. Why? As we wrap up, because I work for you. This is not schooling. This is education. So again, that's a complete, at least at this time of night, it's a complete wrap up for me. So if anybody has any issues, I have many, so if you don't have any, I'll give you some of mine. But if you have any issues, if you have any concerns, if you have any questions, reach out, email, call me, text me, whatever it is. You want to set up a Zoom meeting? We can do that. Whatever it is, just let me know. I am here for you. So with that, this is Doc Frost. We're talking about Chapter 5. Unbelievable. Module 5. Here we are. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I hope that all of you have something to be thankful for. If not, call me and I will find something that you are thankful and grateful for. So I hope stay safe, protect your family, protect each other, and eat a lot of pie. That's my recommendation. Eat lots of pie. Have a good week, everybody. Bye-bye.